Yes.
Show of hands. How many people want me to answer this question? Okay, done. So if I take time to answer this question, kindly do not see me as running away from answering any of the questions. I'm the last person to run away from any question. Okay, so I'll answer your question now. Okay. Abolish the caste system because it is in the interest of national integration. Is that your proposition? Fair enough. Have I captured your proposition correctly? No mischief? Right? Okay, done. I'm happy to do so. Will everybody do it? Will people who benefit from the existence of the caste system stop doing it? Answer. Give me an answer because you have to survive in this campus. Go ahead. So, and I've said this bluntly in multiple places, that the people who have asked for the abolition of the caste system are the ones who have engendered caste politics across the board. Because they have made it a habit. So when they say abolish the caste system, they've said abolish the identity of certain castes and retain the identity of certain other castes. And in the process what they've done is that they have affected social cohesion. Do it across the board. But here's the problem with it. And I'll say this bluntly myself. I was asked once, what is your position on reservations? I said I support reservations on caste-based system. There's a good reason for it. I will not support the abolition of either the caste system or caste-based reservations because it is premature at this point of time, particularly because the caste system has created a certain disparity and the reservation system is meant to try and address that historical disparity, and until the disparity is bridged to a significant extent, it is in the benefit of people who want the reservation to go to say abolish the caste system along with the reservation which is given in the caste-based system. And I say this as someone who comes from the much reviled Savarna community. Let me be blunt on that. Okay. My point is very simple. Caste-based reservations are meant to ensure that a certain gap which has been created as a consequence of years of practice is addressed. Why? Because you want people to know that you're sorry for what has happened. So, which is the state which is known for its support of slavery in America? So there are two sides which fought the Civil War, the Confederacy and the Yankees, right? Sorry? Southern states, Virginia, that's the place. The Senate of Virginia comes out with an open resolution apologizing for what it did to the African Americans during the period of slavery. Now, according to me, apart from saying a sorry, it is not enough to say a sorry because this is a certain way of reparation for what you have done. Okay. I'm sure you didn't expect this answer from me. I know. That's why I'm giving you this answer. And this is not an answer that I've created out of thin air because I've said this on public forum multiple times. Okay. So the answer is, one is on the question of principle, on the question of justice, on the question of social justice. Indian social justice or the Indic way of social justice believes that apart from saying sorry, confession in a closed box is not enough. Karma has to kick in, therefore pay for what you have done. That is what we believe in. Okay? Two, frankly, you can do whatever you want. You will never be able to kill the caste system because you have not understood it. You have not understood the creature called caste because you still don't know whether it is Varna, Jati or what is it. Frankly, you don't know. And I mean not you. In general, people have not understood it. Oh, so are you saying that the Supreme Court has not understood it? You understand logic better, you have understood caste system also better. Frankly, even I have not understood it. And I'm still trying to read. Today, when you follow the caste system, you're going by the nomenclature used by the Britishman as part of his colonial records where the identity was static. Ek bar lag gaya to lag gaya wo dhabba. Whereas the caste identity has been traditionally fluid. It has not been static. It started off as a fluid identity, went through a situation where it became so rigid that you cannot move. And then that movement was further curtailed by calling it under the brand of caste and then giving it as part of a certificate. I'll give you a simple example. It's a fantastic example. There is a community, Devendra Vellalar community from Tamil Nadu. They want themselves to be removed from the category of SCs. They said we don't want to be under that particular category. We are perfectly comfortable fighting in the general category. The day that happens, two things will happen, and this is where most educated minds today will not be able to reconcile. Reservation will die a natural death, but caste system will continue to be alive for the simple reason that you fail to understand the sheer cultural value and the intrinsic identity that every person from every caste enjoys. From the top to bottom, if at all there exists any, according to me, it's a horizontal structure. It was never meant to be a vertical structure. It was never meant to be a hierarchical structure. So if you actually do this, you are telling someone that you're at the bottom of the ladder when he's saying, don't tell me I'm at the bottom of the ladder, I'm at a certain place in the ladder, I will decide where I am, you will not decide for me. Okay? People who want the abolition of the caste system are the ones who will never let anyone move out from that particular caste identity because they want that particular caste identity so that they have something to talk about. So that they have something to show and point fingers at to say, as long as this particular structure is alive, I got a fantastic whipping boy as far as the Hindu identity is concerned. Therefore, read more about the caste system and ask yourself if the word caste does justice to that particular concept, to that particular system. Don't read a Wendy Doniger. Read an R.C. Majumdar. Read Indian authors on this particular point. Understand more about this. In fact, in engineering campuses and medical campuses is where this discussion must start. Unfortunately, that's the place where it will not start. Because there it will start with allegations, not with facts or logic. For people who are being trained in professional degrees which are drenched and dyed in logic, this is the last place where logic will be applied. You will not touch it at all. Because you have not done enough reading. Your sources of information are what? Barkhadat, NDTV, India Today. Who else? What books have you read on this particular issue? From this end to that end. Opposing points of view. Have you read Deepak Gupta? Have you read a Conrad Elst? Have you read a Michel Danino? Have you read a Sitaram Goel? Have you read a Dharampal? Have you read a Ram Swarup? These are all people who have written so much on this. I'll give you a simple thing. I love Hindi as a language. I'm breaking a few more myths here, notwithstanding my complexion, so wait and watch. So there is a beautiful book called Sanskriti Ke Char Adhyay, written by Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, who was known as a nationalist poet in the 1950s. Read his book on what he believes is the journey that the Indian civilization has traversed and what is it the culture that you see today is a product of. He traces it across 4 epochs. He looks at migration from Africa, he looks at migration from other parts, and he still doesn't call it an invasion theory, he calls it a migration theory. Those who want to create trouble in this country will continue to call it an invasion theory, if at all it has any basis. Rakhi Gadi is saying something else, that's a different issue. But the point is, all of this is intrinsically connected to the so-called Aryan invasion theory translating to the Jati system or the Varna system or the caste system. Read that and read the politics surrounding that, and the amount of mischief that this particular country has been subjected to will become crystal clear to you. You don't need to buy my word for it. You just see the opposing points of view. One is saying we are all one, the other is saying we are all different and you need to be fighting with each other. Somebody who fights against the Supreme